So tonight is October 4th, 2020, and I'm listening to CNN News, which I've paused, and it's covering the impact of Trump's illness on national security. I could be a consultant for the FBI or the CIA. Why? Because I've been called a terrorist against the United States of America. Which I'm really not, actually. I'm just a chicken, like Chicken Little. The sky is falling. Like it has been since we came over to America from England. And I've studied Mother Goose and birds and bird-like behavior. So I am Chicken Little. I put all of my eggs in one basket case, and they all went off to their daddy's nest. And I am now in empty nest syndrome. It is a real thing, especially if you live in Oregon, where you get married really young and you have lots of children to one man. And then you lose them all in the Lane County Courthouse because he looks so good in front of the judge. Yet your countrymen say, this is Ezekiel 33 verse 17, yet your countrymen say the way of the Lord is not just, but it is their way that is not just. If a righteous man or woman turns from his righteousness and does evil, he will die for it. Let that sink in, Trump and your followers. You will die for your belief system. You just do. He who lives by the sword dies by the sword. He who lives by the gun dies by the gun. He who lives by the pen dies by the pen. It just happens. You'll die for it. And if a wicked man turns away from his wickedness and does what is just and right, he will live by doing so. Yet, O house of Israel, you say, the way of the Lord is not just. But I will judge each of you according to your own ways. In the 12th year of our exile, in the 10th month, on the 5th day, a man who had escaped from Jerusalem came to me and said, "The city has fallen!" Kind of like New York, Napa Valley, Portland, cities in America. The city has fallen! Now the evening before the man arrived, the hand of the Lord was upon me. And he opened my mouth. Before the man came to me in the morning. So my mouth was opened and I was no longer silent. I have a lot to say after many, many, many years of being silent. Then the word of the Lord came to me. Son of man, the people living in those rooms in the land of Israel are saying, Abraham was only one man, yet he promised the land. But we are many. Surely the land has been given to us as our possession. Therefore say to them, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Since you eat meat with the blood still in it, gross. Gross, gross, gross. Moo, gross. You eat meat with the blood still in it, gross. Moo, serve me the meat while it's still mooing, gross. And look to your idols and shed blood. Should you then possess the land? You rely on your sword. You do despicable things. Detestable things, not despicable. Detestable. Detestable things. You do detestable things. And each of you defiles his neighbor's wife. You defile your neighbor's wife. Should you then possess the land? Defiling your neighbor's wife. How dare you, Trump, with all your ex-wives, or Robert with your ex-wives, or J.C. Jones, or David Rothman, or anybody with an ex-wife, or an ex-girlfriend. Shame on you. You are not godly. You should be a virgin and stay a virgin and never even have sex. Ever, ever, ever. Shame on you. Shame on you for ever finding a woman sexy. Never. Or a man sexy. Shame. Shame. Shame on you. You defiler of the flesh. You should be born a virgin and die a virgin. Shame on you for ever wanting children. Shame, 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 shame.